Hi everyone, today I'm reviewing Alien 3 for the NES. The bad news is, this is an LJN game. The good news is, Probe was the developer. They're best known for their Alien and Die Hard trilogy adaptations, and as LJN developers go, they're one of the better ones. Unlike a lot of NES games, not only does this game allow you to change the difficulty between easy, normal, or hard, it also lets you change the number of tries, or lives, you get. I played the game on both normal and easy, and honestly, I couldn't tell a huge amount of difference. The xenomorphs might move slightly slower on easy. The object of the game is fairly simple. You are Ripley, complete with shaved head, and you are moving through the complex killing facehuggers and xenomorphs, while rescuing prisoners before the time runs out. The levels get progressively harder, featuring more prisoners to rescue, more enemies to avoid, and more twisting, turning mazes to navigate. It's a pretty good concept for an alien-based game, but it also lacks any kind of variety. It's also a bit flawed as an adaptation of Alien 3 itself. In the movie, the xenomorphs refuse to hurt Ripley because she's carrying the Queen, and I imagine facehuggers would have felt the same way. There's also the matter that the eggs are positioned nowhere near where the prisoners are. Are they already infected? If so, rescuing them is pointless, I should just be killing them. But I'm just being nitpicky, so I'll let that one slide. If you don't rescue the prisoners in the time limit, and trust me, you won't on your first try, you get to see a nice image of a chest burster emerging from a prisoner. Pretty gruesome for the NES's standards. The drool dripping from the xenomorph's mouth on the start screen is also a nice touch. As if the time limit and confusing maze didn't make this difficult enough, you're also limited in your ammo. You have the choice between a machine gun, grenades, or a flamethrower. On my first playthrough, I completely drained the machine gun in a matter of seconds. I didn't realize this was limited. The range with the grenades is pretty weak, so I often chose the flamethrower. While it also has a limited amount of power, it lasts much longer. The good news is, Ripley can take a lot of hits before she dies. The bad news is, you're gonna need it. The jumps are really weird and took a lot of getting used to. As such, I fell a lot. I mean, a whole lot. After a while, seeing what little damage it was taking off me, I went ahead and fell on purpose. It was kind of hard to care when the xenomorphs hit me too, except when they kept coming on so strong I didn't have time to recover. You are far more likely to run out of time before you die anyway. There are two things that can prove helpful for you. Some areas have doors you have to open to get in. You can close them behind you, but it's probably best to leave them open so you'll remember where you've been. The other is that after you fail your first try, the game will show you where the prisoners you missed are. Sometimes this is helpful and sometimes it's not. This guy, I have no earthly idea how to get to him based on this screen. I never did find it, and it was the second level. By that point, I was so frustrated with the controls and the very limited time frame that I just didn't want to go any further. Perhaps if I had known some different kind of levels were coming, I could have pushed through, but I really didn't want to keep doing more of the same. I've played much worse NES games. Games where the controls were so horribly broken, or the difficulty is just so high that they're impossible. This one isn't that bad. If you're in the mood for a hunt and search game and you find it on the cheap, give it a try. However, if you're not particularly good at video games like me, you probably want to let this one go.